straight to the moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going. Did you buy the tip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what a yeah. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some kitty now. Everybody, long live Ponzi. Everybody, long live Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin's back, alright.
Good morning, everybody. Indeed, Bitcoin's back. All right, today is Thursday, the 27th of May, 2021. And today we have a special one, and it's going to be for this guy, Tom Brady. Because as you can see here, it says Tom Brady launching NFT company. Literally, you know, everybody jumping on the bandwagon, but, you know, we're just going to dedicate a show to a celebrity, you know, just for fun and games. Why not? So, Tom, if you're watching, welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down, and maybe you and everyone else in the world might learn something that we here in Genuine Bitcoin already know. It's coming. And it's all in the fundamental figures. This is not price chart bollocks. This is fundamental charts. Because that's me. I want to know everything. And so when I learned everything, I thought, well, what can I do with this? I will show everybody everything. So, rock and roll. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Here we go. So this is Coin Dance. Here we go. So we've got Bitcoin with hash rate 0.4%. We'll actually look at the price first of all. So Coin Dance saying 177, and then Prev in the top left of the screen frame saying 184.6. So a bit of an arbitrage there. That's what they call it when there's a discrepancy in the price between market makers. But we've got hash rate 0.4% on Bitcoin, 1.8 on Bcrash, 97.7 on Corecoin. Network nodes 1.8 on Bitcoin, 8.1 on Bcrash, 90% on Corecoin. Transactions 46.1% on Bitcoin. Look at that, absolutely smashing it. 14.5 on Bcrash because Bcrash is a total shitcoin, and Corecoin 39.4 because they're telling everybody not to use it anyway, but they still, you know, shitcoin is a shit for brains, still using it even though they've been told they're not meant to use it and they should not use it. and the Blockstream have purposely prevented it from being able to use. Absolutely insane, but it's quite funny. And look at this block size. This is where the fundamental value is, because this is what Bitcoin is all about. It is about data sovereignty, data security, data efficiencies. This is the utility that Bitcoin provides. It is the largest data management network on Earth and that has ever existed. And it is economically maintained, financially maintained by the miners through the price of Bitcoin. It's amazing. Block size and Bcrash, dear like 4.3, and Corecoin 17.3. Absolutely pathetic. Right, and just for lulz, we're just going to play Spot the Biggest Block on Bcrash. But before we do that, we'll just have more lulz listening to Roger Ver calling it Bcrash himself, which is why I call it Bcrash in honour of him.
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with that, Roger, you buffoon. So let's see what we got. Oh, they've got one block that's over a megabyte. Is that it? Oh dear, look at that. They've got one block in that entire column that's over a megabyte. Oh dear, laughy laugh. Right, so now we'll have a look at Corecoin, but before we do that, we'll have our guest of honour on the show, as always. Michael Saylor, lovely to see you. Glad to have you on my show. I know you're like always enthusiastic about Bitcoin, so you know I know that you've just read the white paper and you were really impressed with it. But we were thinking about changing it and implementing SegWit, which means the network becomes centralized. We were thinking about implementing replace by fee and child pays for parent, and growing this additional second layer. So effectively, transactions will move off chain, which is going to starve the miners. So the network's going to collapse. What are your views on changing Bitcoin, Michael?
I like Bitcoin the way it is.
Oh, well, we like it too, Michael, but I mean, we really like it. How do you compete with that?
In fact, I love Bitcoin the way it is.
Well, you can't leave it there, Michael. If you love Bitcoin that much, you're going to have to explain yourself. Let's hear it.
The way it's currently constructed, it is possible to put all $250 trillion of monetary energy.
Wow, $250 trillion of monetary energy. I love the sound of that. Yeah, where's that going to go?
In big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain.
Whoa, big blocks with $250 trillion of monetary energy. I mean, what kind of figures are we talking about here?
Maybe the Bitcoin will be $1 million. You can probably calculate $10 million of Bitcoin or something.
Whoa, $10 million per Bitcoin or something. Crikey, Moses. So, where's that going to fit and where's it going to go?
Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain.
All right, thanks for that, Michael. Let's have a look then. Let's see what we got here. 1.3, 1.4. Is that it? Oh my goodness me. A 1.4 megabyte block is the best they've got. Is that it? Seriously? Seriously? Are you kidding me? A 1.4? Oh my goodness me. I don't know, 1.5. Another 1.5. Oh dear, oh dear. Might be on the wrong chain, Mikey, baby. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Oh, not that one just yet. Here we go. This is Bitcoin. So we're looking at small blocks and big blocks, because small blocks is all about squeezing the dirtbag shitcoin enterprises off the chain who are artificially suppressing the price, which we'll look at in a minute. So look at that Hathor, a 14 kilobyte block, via BTC and Binance and all these shitcoins. They're going to be spitting feathers at that. Spitting feathers. A 6 kilobyte block. Hilarious. But look at this. Tau, 20 megabytes, 28 megabytes, 10, 1, 14, 22, 32, 7, 1, 9, 2, 2, 1, 3, 4, 27, 25, 24, 75 from Tau. Absolutely fantastic. Via BTC, still on there, desperate to get some. Desperate to get some. Dear, oh dear. So while we're here, let's just have a quick looky at this one. So, oh, look at this. The Bitcoin blockchain has grown by 7.8 gigabytes more than Corecoin, because Corecoin's an absolute piece of pap. And, oh, look at this. Binance still on there. Binance desperate to get some. Desperate to get some. Look at that. They've started to compete with each other because they're wanting some genuine Bitcoin. Oh, dear. They're going to be in trouble. Because they just they don't know how to process large volumes of transactions. Oh dear, they're going to be in trouble. Right, let's carry on then. So we've got Bitcoin hash rate by network. So again, this is hash rate. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. And that is what Bitcoin is all about, Tom. Hope you enjoyed that bit. Proof of work by network, again, Corecoin Bcrash will just simply fall into their own footprint like the Twin Towers deal. They're just going to crash like Ponzi schemes, because that's what Ponzi schemes are. Yeah, they'll just crash overnight when people realise. Bcrash Bitcoin hash rate, Bcrash Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? Look at this. It is 31,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Corecoin, and that's probably, wow, what's this? Oh my goodness. Let's just work this out quickly. This looks like it could be more than 20% Jeepers. Let's work this out then. Calculators. Thanks, CoinDance. Moving my position there. Right, 31,135 divided by 2,310. Oh, 13 times. Okay. Never mind. 13 times. Still 13 times. That's 1,300% cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Bcrash. Dear oh dear. It's 2.6% more profitable to mine on Coolcoin. Again, just because speculative price enables miners to sustain the network. And current price on Bcrash, it's 1.9% more profitable to mine on Bcrash. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Look at this. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Yep, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block by network. Bitcoin winning. Fees. So this is fees in the block. So this will actually come with transaction volume because we want fees right down. That's what we want. But yeah, as in like comparison. But obviously fees will go up with the volume. So that's what we want. Not just simply fees for the sake of charging fees, which is ridiculous. Again, fees satoshis. Block reward ratio again, so this is the ratio, so it's the fee to the block reward, so we're expecting huge volume or a huge increase in the volume of transactions, which will increase the fees in the block, but we're also expecting a huge increase in the price. So again, we will just monitor that one closely. Look at this, Tom. This is the one you really want to pay attention to. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. This is the growth of the chain. And remember, the largest chain is the chain that eventually becomes the most valuable one, because it's the one that the most people are using, because they're all putting their data on it. And look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Let's just check it out here. You know what? We'll enlarge this just for lulz, just so we can see the gap. Oh, look at that. Look at that, as they say in the London Underground. Mind the gap. Look at this. Beautiful. So Bitcoin with 361 and Coolcoin just with 353. Oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. I mean, shitcoiners with shit for brains wouldn't have a clue what those figures mean, so we can just laugh at them for lulz. So hash rate, global hash rate 7 days. Again, not as relevant as global hash rate 24 hours. Here we go. I mean, it's really disappointing to see so many shitcoin enterprises on there, but eventually they won't have a choice, because, like I said, everything follows value. If you're on a chain that has no value, eventually if it has no value, all it's got is a speculative price, Tom. And if it's a speculative price, you're just simply waiting for knowledge to catch up with speculation. And when knowledge catches up with speculation, the speculative price will very soon match its fundamental value at zero. That's how it works. So global hash rate 24 hours in comparison to Coolcoin should be very similar, because this has got like 97%. So yeah, pretty much identical there. Don't often see that, but yep, very good. F2 pool still with 20% of the global hash rate over 24 hours. I mean, it's a huge mining operation, that one. Bcrash, again, all these shitcoin enterprises on here for literally no other reason, because of the fact that they don't have a clue what they're doing. This is absolutely insane. I do find it quite amusing. Hathor on there just spoiling the party, but it doesn't even have to spoil the party all that much, because they're going to spoil it themselves, which is really funny. So, I mean, look at the profitability on that. So it's only, what, like 2.9% or 2.8% more profitable to ONOP? Oh, 3%. Hathor will probably turn the competition up just for over sheer spite and change that pretty quickly. But look at this. This is Bitcoin. So we got Tal 33%, Hathor 33%, and also have a look at the Tal. There is no Tal on Coolcoin. Nope, none at all. None at all. And so yeah, Hal and Hathor neck and neck there. Via BTC, wanting some. They're definitely wanting some. F2 Pool wanting some. In the mix. Are they nefarious? Are they a shitcoin enterprise? Do they know what's going on? I mean, let's have a look at Bcrash. I mean, F2 Pool's only got a little bit on Bcrash. Whereas like BTC.com and via BTC and Antpool, yeah, massive shitcoin enterprises on on Bcrash. So interesting. Maybe F2 Pool starting to, you know, hedge their bets a little bit more. Who knows? Who knows? Mempool 6.25. Good to see them on there. BTC.com. We don't want them on there because we know they're a massive shitcoin enterprise. Solo mining, again, don't know about them and other mining pools. They are friendly. So all right, very good. Okay, so I just realized that I closed the tab of short positions, but we will look at that right now. Here we go. Here we go. Bitfinex, bring it on. Let's have a look at these short positions. And here we go. So look at this. So the red line at the top is the volume of short positions opened versus the green line at the bottom, which is the volume of long positions opened. And look at that. So currently started out at 90%. And where are we now? 89%. Dear oh dear. Honestly, shitcoin is shit for brains. No idea what they're doing. Thinking they're going to short genuine Bitcoin. You really got to laugh because we know where this is headed in the end. Dear oh dear. Right, let's have a look at the Bitcoin blockchain working live in front of our very eyes. So, Tom, if you're not sure what you are looking at here precisely, let me just refresh this page. Oh, no, is it volume of transactions that are really low at the moment? Hold on. Let's just refresh that. Here we go. Wait for this transactions to come up. Any joy today? Let's just close that one and close that one and have this one open. Is this maybe my computer going slow? Oh no, there we go. Whoa, look at that. Transactions coming on. There we go, coming at you like a freight train there. So the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. And these are mining nodes. So they are just simply the nodes that pick up the transactions, that place them into the memory pool before the miners and payment processors compete with them. So as soon as the transactions are picked up by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, which is instantly, because Bitcoin is designed as an ultra small world mandala network style. And you can see the transaction generators below, and to the right of that, the transaction ID, the input, the output, the total output, the type of the not return. As soon as these transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they are instantly confirmed, because it is a decentralized distributed network that cannot be cracked, hacked, altered, or changed. You cannot reverse these transactions, which means they are instantly confirmed. They are then put into the memory pool, where they are competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, and then place the block on the blockchain, which is down here, which is when the miners are then rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. These are the blocks along the bottom here, Tom. So if we just choose this block here, for example, 75 megabytes, you can see in the highlighted rectangular box below that we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, size, time, date, transaction count, and total fees. So you can see the total fees in that block were actually $72.87, which is pretty great. And it's this total fees in the block that we were talking about earlier, looking at the figures on CoinDance. And it's these fees that will eventually surpass the block reward. When the block reward eventually stops, because it gets cut in half every 210,000 blocks. And when the block fees surpass the block reward, we then have an economically self-sustaining system that can continue indefinitely. And that is what Bitcoin is all about. Yes, indeed. And if you are wondering sort of, what's behind all this and why I enjoy looking at this screen, it's because here, look at this. This is a Bitcoin mining operations. Absolutely stunning. These things are huge. All of this that you see goes towards processing data on the blockchain, which we've just been looking at. So all of this goes towards generating that. How crazy is this? Absolutely sensational. So we're just going to have a chart here, see if there's any movers and shakers. Always worth checking on this daily, because you never know when another D drive, stealth drive is going to come out of nowhere. Because we know that Worldline is already on their second phase of development at Enchain, testing the Bitcoin SV network. It's beautiful. Yeah, figure's still the same. Like I said, always worth checking. Let's have a look at Bitcoin Blocks Lives, Tom. So if you're not sure what you're looking at here, this is the entire shit show, the entire crypto shit show here. So if you just want to do a bit of due diligence, all you really need to do is investigate these 10 coins listed here, and then you'll find out that they are absolute pieces of crap. So we've got XRP here, and we're just going to let David Schwartz, the Chief Strategy Officer at Ripple Labs, entertain us with this absolute cock and bullshit story. And when I say cock and bullshit story, you will realise it's cock and bullshit when you hear it. So just simply have a listen to this. There we go, got it. Right, so this is about XRP, remember this.
Pleasure to have you, David. All right, so I was hoping you could comment perhaps briefly on this piece of news out this morning. Is Ripple hoping to find evidence that XRP is similar to Bitcoin and Ether and should not be considered a security?
Yeah, I think the primary argument that we're trying to make here is that the market considers them similar. We considered them similar. All of the evidence suggested that they were similar, and then the SEC just, comes out of nowhere and say, nope, they're completely different. Ripple's a company. We're based in San Francisco. We have employees. We have shareholders. We have a CEO. I work for that company. I'm the chief technology officer. And it's a company like any other company. It's centralized. What the CEO says goes. There's a board of directors. It just works like any other company. The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
The XRP ledger has a very different design from what Bitcoin and Ethereum have, and many other digital assets. Like in Bitcoin, the stakeholders are at least to some extent the miners, and the miners reap the rewards of the transaction fees. The XRP ledger doesn't work that way. It is not competitive. Nobody's competing to reap fees. Because it's not a competitive system, it doesn't have any way to sort of award fees to a particular party. Because although if it had a way to award fees to particular parties, people would compete for those fees, and it would become competitive. So the way it's design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs. And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it, and then have been distributing it since then.
Wow, thanks, David. Can you just explain that one more time?
Early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP, and so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it, and then have been distributing it since then.
What was all that stuttering, David? What was all that? What's this?
Wound up with, the vast majority of it.
So they developed it and they were able to grab it. So they just basically made it and took it? Oh dear, honestly. Hilarious. Let's have a look at the BitInfo chart here. We're going to go to transactions. So Tom, if you are watching my show, we're just going to go to 3 years and log. Can you spot Bitcoin? Can you spot it? Look at that. And look what it managed to achieve in just 12 months. Look at that. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Development coming on chain is absolutely rampant. Absolutely rampant. Let's have a look at the scaling test network. Any movers and shakers? So we've still got 2.1 gigabyte block on the scaling test network. So Tom, if you're wondering what this is, the Bitcoin network actually has a scaling test network that runs parallel to it, that they do all these scaling tests on before it goes on the mainnet. So it's literally absolutely identical. So you can see here, highest transactions per second. I've actually seen that as high as 19,000. But they reset the scaling test network just the other day. But the white figures are the mainnet. And you can see that Bitcoin has actually done 5,124 transactions per second already on the mainnet. And produced a 608 megabyte block. In fact, I think there might have been 638. But yeah, very good there. Trends.cash, this just shows you usage of the network. So we've got apps ranking by money spent. TDXP up, these degenerate gamblers. 55.9% of the overall money spent on Bitcoin is being spent on TDXP app. But I mean, it's 100% for all these shitcoins, because that's all they are. They're just simply pump and dump scams. People love a little bit of a flutter. And remember, dirty traders can be unsullied on TDXP app. Yes, indeed. And then we've got apps ranking by performed actions. So this is kind of like utility here. And we know what run SV is. Again, we don't know what router SV or half these things are doing. TDXP app looks like it's down in 6th. And then Twitch down in 9th. So TDXP up in 7th, and then so roughly we only know what really 20% of the network is. Oh, Crypto Fights 14.1. Good. But again, I mean, roughly sort of like 70 to 80% of the network is corporates testing it, and we're yet to find out what they are. But we know Worldline is one of them. Absolutely beautiful. Crypto Quant. So Tom, if you're watching this is all exchanges reserved. So you're just like, why does that number go down? It's because exchanges recognize that BTC has got no fundamental value. And they realise that when the rest of the market catches up with its speculative price will pretty much match its fundamental value at zero. So they thought they'd better dump it now, while it still has a relatively high price. But as they've been dumping it, the dumping has caused a liquidity squeeze, which has pushed the price up here. But it's just simply a massive bubble, Tom. A massive bubble. It is worth absolutely nothing. So this line here in the price is pretty much going to look relatively similar to this dumping here of all the exchanges when everybody else tries to do what the exchanges are doing and cash out. That's what's going on there. Let's have a look at what's on chain again. So this is the BSV Explorer. So we've got the blocks being produced across the top. We've got the memory pool usage at 10 megabytes at the moment, and the estimated next block size is 7.73. 8 megabytes. But look at this. This just shows you that demonstrates Bitcoin's utility, which means it's not a Ponzi scheme like all these shitcoins. So if you want to see what a memory pool looks like, Tom, this is what the memory pool looks like. So we've got pool weight in megabytes. So data comes in, then it gets cleared. 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 This is what a memory pool is meant to look like. What it's not meant to look like is an actual swimming pool. Like this. On BTC. They purposely clogged it so that people can't use the network. But not many use it, remember? Dear oh dear. So let's have a look at what this actually causes on the network. Check this out. TX Street. So we've got... the current mempool size on BTC, 61 megabytes, which they are trying to clear using 1 megabyte blocks approximately every 10 minutes. Good luck with that. The median fee is $4.29, which basically means if you want to buy a coffee, you also have to spend an extra $4.29 on the transaction fee itself. Really good idea, that. Yeah, really good idea. The median transfer fee on Ethereum, $1.89, and Vitalik used to rip the piss out of Coolcoin when it had 5 cents transaction fees, saying that was useless. Well, buddy, you're having trouble scaling your network because your network is an absolute pile of pap and you don't have a clue what you're doing because you designed it when you were 21. Fair enough, I do respect the fact that you're extremely intelligent, but you don't have the wisdom and life experience to understand the difference between commodities and securities. You are a computer game geek. That's it. You're not an economist, so can't really blame you, but pointing your finger at CSW when he created Bitcoin, mate, you're going to regret that. I'm telling you now. But I mean, let's just have a look at the number of transactions below the low fee lines, waiting to get on chain. Oh dear, which one's bigger? Oh no, I don't think we can get to the bottom because there's so many of them. Look at all these transactions, Tom. Look, absolutely outrageous. Look, we can't. Look, there's so many. We can't even get to the bottom. Look. That's as far as they'll let me scroll. Absolutely crazy. But you might be thinking, well, I mean, this is the real shit show because at least it's a show because there's things moving on Ethereum. It's all these shit coins, all this DeFi crap, crypto loans for dirty shitcoin traders. Dear oh dear. And this is a cool coin that just simply isn't going anywhere. Hardly anybody using it either. Dear oh dear. But talking about shit show, Tom, we're just going to have a look at our own shit show. And this is the Federal Reserve that has just been printing money hand over fist just recently. So if you're wondering sort of what this line represents and, you know, what it sort of like means for the future, just simply have a quick listen to this.
The system is inherently unstable as a result of the international power it provides to the dominant parties. For at the heart of it lies the idea of, how can I get something for nothing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
There we go. Every time an empire starts to near its own demise, you'll find its currency starts to be debased, which is what we're looking at here, because fiat currency is just simply printed. Inflation is debasement. Debasement means that when they used to use metal, they would simply add cheaper metals or like take metals away as a tax on it. Whereas with paper, they just simply print more, which is absolutely insane, because as you print more, money becomes worthless, and as it becomes worthless, business costs go up, and as the business costs go up, it means that they have trouble actually making a profit, which means they're going to be squeezed and go out of business. So basically, businesses are fighting a never-ending uphill battle, because if you can't increase your costs in line with inflation or cut your costs in line with it, you're just simply going to go bust. You're going to be losing money every day, every week, you know. So money is the problem, and this is what Satoshi Nakamoto has fixed by creating Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is BSV because BTC was hijacked by those very people who currently have control of the world's reserve currency. That's what all the shenanigans is all about, Tom. And this is why I'm educating people, trying to explain it to them. And if you don't understand that Blockstream control BTC through the implementation of SegWit, just have a listen to Samson Mao, who is the Chief Strategy Officer at nChain, explain that they do control it. Take the floor, Samson Mao.
Bitcoin was created by the central bankers that enslave you today. It is their scapegoat.
How do you answer those, Max and Stacey?
I think the evidence is clear that they do not control it. There's 10 years, almost 11 years now of track record.
Yeah, Blockstream controls it.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Who does?
Hear the surprise in their voices. Like, I'm sorry, go ahead. Who does? Let's have that.
Blockstream.
Oh, all right. I was looking at you when I said that.
Oh, should we cue the nervous laughter and stuff?
Yeah, I'm a block. I have a spy. I'm one of the spies. No, so this, it's an interesting.
It certainly is. It certainly is interesting. And in fact, Tom, while we're on the show, let's just do this. So if you're wondering, sort of like, where that money went, we're just going to let Donald Rumsfeld kind of like, give away where all this money might possibly be going. Let me just find this for a second. No, it's around. Oh, seriously, Donald, where are you? I'm gonna find you. Because I know you're around here somewhere. Got it. Have a listen.
How can we seriously consider a $50 billion increase in the defense budget when DOD's own auditors say the department cannot account for $2.3 trillion in transactions in 1 year alone? Now, my question to you is, Mr. Secretary, what do you plan to do about this?
Decline the nomination.
Oh, yeah, it's just so funny. Like $2.3 trillion in 12 months. We just can't find out where it's gone. Oh, zero. Honestly, it's a complete shit show. So is that money doing anything? Let's just have a look at the velocity of money. Is it stimulating the economy? Do you want to take a bet here, Tom? Oh, it doesn't look like it's doing anything. And it looks like the Louisiana Fed stopped promoting these figures, stopped the chart at the end of Q4 2014. I wonder why that might be. Maybe they just don't want people to see any more figures. Oh, well, I guess you won't be able to find out anymore. Oh, but what's this? Oh, here's the chart continuing. Is it stimulating the economy? No. Imagine what that is looking like now. Oh my goodness. Shocking. Shocking. That's what happens when money doesn't have any fundamental value. It doesn't stimulate the economy at all because it is a toxic asset. And as we know, when an empire starts to near its own demise, its currency starts to be debased. They're getting desperate. That is what's happening here, Tom. So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it today? Feeling good, 70% on Bitcoin. Love it. Good, good. Let's have a look at BitPing and how it's maintaining the whoops. So let's just close these. There we go. So BitPing shows us the uptime of the networks, and if you want to add a little bit of power to the network to generate yourself a little bit of Bitcoin for reporting about the network uptime, here we go. This is what you do. So we've got money flow per hour, 50 cents, 51 countries now. Excellent. Look at all these lovely nodes. So you'll see that mostly they're in the developed countries. So we got Europe, North America, one in Hawaii, and then around sort of like the Far East, Indonesia, Thailand, Eastern Australia, and then a few in the Middle East and a bit in South Africa. Yeah, love that image there. Love that image there. The morning run, let's have a look at this. So good to see trade volume right down on this shit show. This is really embarrassing. This is the shit show being built in my own backyard by devs who don't really have a fundamental understanding, but that's because they're devs and they're more technical. Their attitude is move fast and break stuff, but I have to remind them move fast and break stuff should not mean breaking the law, which is what this is. Dear oh dear. So good to see the trade volume right down on there. Let's have a look at the depth chart on Bitcoin. Oh, look at this. So we've currently got 3.8 million asks. So that's people who are asking for or willing to sell a Bitcoin against 5 million bids. So that means there are more buyers in the market than sellers right now. And might be reflected in the price. Yeah, look, price steadily going up. There we go. Good reflection. So Bitcoin, look at that. You can pick up genuine Bitcoin for under $200. Absolutely sensational. Sensational. So let's have a look at Shitfinex. So this is Bitcoin versus USD. Upsy downsies. All right, like a wiggly snake pattern. Cock and balls, cup and handle, whatever these shitcoiners call it. Let's go through it, shall we? Ascending triangles, bull pennants, magic carpets, flying carpets, tea leaves, magic lamps, all this kind of crap about, what the price is doing. It's complete manipulation anyway, so it doesn't mean anything. Let's have a look at Corecoin versus USD. This is Corecoin. Oh, okay, kind of interesting. I think Bitcoin might be winning against that, right? So let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Corecoin, shall we? This is the one I'm more interested in. Just tailing off a little bit, but upsy downsies. Let's have a look at this over 7 days. Holding its own though, holding its own when you consider the network effect of Corecoin, but it won't take long for smart people to realise. And then you get intelligent people, then you get smart people following the intelligent people, and then you get the rest of the crowd following the smart people, because the smart people recognise that the intelligent people are intelligent, so they better do what they do, even if they don't fully, even if they don't have a grasp of the fundamentals of it. They're just like, well, those people are really smart, so they probably know. Whereas really stupid people don't even recognise really smart people because they don't have the intellectual capacity to recognise intelligence. That's how it goes. Let's have a look at coin crap then. So core coin down 0.5% over 24 hours. What's Bitcoin up to? Oh, it's up 0.3. Lovely, over 24 hours. Lovely having that. I don't bother looking at any of these other shitcoins, Tom, because they don't have any fundamental value at all. You can only have a network, well, you can only have a currency made of proof of stake, because proof of stake dilutes the central point of authority, control, and influence as it grows, which is why Satoshi Nakamoto, aka Craig Wright, had to step away from the project and just simply let it grow for a period of 10 years to dilute that central point of authority, control, and influence in order to make a completely neutral network. The 5 pillars of decentralization being accountability through the chain of signatures, a locked protocol so that nobody can change it, infinite scale, so there's always new competition to compete for, proof of work, actual competition to go competing against each other, and a fixed supply again so that nobody can control it. Just as important as a locked protocol. So long as those 5 pillars are in place, now the network is completely grown and neutral, like organically. Bitcoin is the only network that has any fundamental value whatsoever, so that's why we only look at the change on it, and as Bcrash isn't worth looking at anyway, the only one we actually bother looking at is core coin, and that will disappear soon as well, and comparing it to Bitcoin, which is why we do that. And let's have a look at YouTube. Oh, my subscribers going up, look at that, 524. Loving it, loving it. That's pretty great. Let's have a look at my douchebags of Bitcoin series. Oh, didn't want that. I wanted my channel. Here we go, my channel. Here we are. Playlists. Douchebags of Bitcoin. Mute that. Oh, here we go. Right, so Samson Mao, look at this. 266 views. I think Samson Mao might be taking the lead. So 266. Michael Saylor 208. PMAC 154. People losing interest in him. Andreas 161. Chamath 132. Max Kaiser 154. Pompolano 136. And I'm back 263. So he's just 3 behind Samson Mao. 3 behind Samson Mao. Roger Ver 164. Charlie Lee 144. Dan Held, another popular one. 257. Dan Held dropping down into 3rd place. Alright, and let's just have a look at these 2 douchebags on shitcoin banter. 239. In 4th. In 4th. Very impressive. Well worth a look at that, Dan, if you want a bit of for shits and giggles. Let's have a look at Streamality. 282 followers. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day when that catches up with my YouTube followers. So this is where you can actually make money from your content, where you can set your own fee according to how you judge the quality of your content, Tom. That's how it goes. You can see I made $31 from my interview with Stephen Matthews, and 159 people paid for it. You know, so I've got a good feedback for that. A lot of people really enjoyed it, so happy with that one. Right, and let's have a look at Twitch. Tom, if you're not on Twitch, you need to get on it. This is like Twitter built on Bitcoin, and you can see I've already earned $121 just from my posts on Twitch. And you can get your tweet etched on Twitch forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Just go to www.jointwitch.com and I'll DM you on there. So we're just going to have a look at new signups, new users over 24 hours. This is on Acorn Stack. Here we go. Let's have a look at the statistics. New users 141, 141 new followers on Twitch. Loving that. Very good. And let's have a look at some of these, some of the figures on these videos. What have we got now? Oh, check it out. So our crypto queen here. Now 7,800 views on this video so far. Let's just play this for lols.
Hey Tom, how much longer do you think the bull cycle is going to go for?
I have no clue how long it's going to go for, but it's not over.
It's not over?
No, of course not.
Okay, and could you give me some Bitcoin?
No. Why would I ever give anyone Bitcoin?
And also...
I'll fucking die before I give anyone Bitcoin.
BSV is the real Bitcoin.
Fuck no.
It is the real Bitcoin. And now let's have a listen to this one. This is a definitely douchebags of Bitcoin worthy. Here we go. Turn the volume up. Loving this. Thank you, Nya. 5,600 views on this one.
Why do you think BTC is valuable?
It's valuable because it's the only unconfiscatable asset we have, and that is because that comes from its decentralization. I think Bitcoin is the only valuable crypto asset we have because of the nature of how it started in its first few years.
And when you say Bitcoin, you mean BTC, right?
Absolutely.
But are you aware that in 2017 they changed the rules so that BTC no longer follows the Bitcoin white paper?
That is not true at all.
The white paper says that there needs to be a chain of signatures.
Sure.
Okay, so that's not what we have anymore. That's how SegWit changed that.
Okay, but it's still Bitcoin, right?
Oh dear, this shitcoin is absolutely hilarious. And let's have a look at this Michael Saylor one. See how he's doing. 1,900 views so far. Alright, and this one sends shivers down my spine, but it's worth looking at anyway.
Asset. Well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, he has no idea about SegWit and the implications. I mean, it doesn't take much really, Michael. You know, to be honest with you, like literally 7 transactions a second wouldn't even service my local supermarket. Like seriously, can you honestly not see a problem there? You know, Bitcoin gets its value from its utility. If it does nothing and can't do anything, and the only reason people buy it is to like sell it into dirty dollar and encourage everyone else to do the same, that's called a Ponzi scheme, mate. It really doesn't take much to figure it out. Dear oh dear. So let's look at our Ruthie. How is Ruthie's tweet doing? Let's do this. Are we over? Is Twitter let it get over 960? 960 likes. 966. There we go. 967. I mean, that should be thousands by now. Literally like thousands. There's Arman Satoshi. 78.3. That was 79 the other day. That was 79. They've Twitter taking a followers aid. This is why we need sovereignty over our own data, Tom, so that Twitter just can't simply fudge the figures, you know, like all these people high up in power do to try and maintain their power under the guise of democracy. It's outrageous. So let's have a look at let's see if there's any shitcoin shenanigans going on over the last 24 hours. 29 minutes. So we're just looking for the basically money being printed. Look, USDC 14 million, 12 million, 19 million, another 19 million. What a joke. More 19 millions. It all adds up. It's outrageous. But I mean, what's more funny is Tether when they just decide to print, you know, $2 billion at a time. Absolutely crazy. So 4 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. Oh, lots of BTC being moved there. 10 hours, 11 hours, 13. What was that? Wrapped BTC. What a joke. 14. 86 million USDC. Oh, look at Bitcoin being moved. Bitcoin being moved. Where's that going? Transfer from unknown wallet to unknown wallet. Oof. Oof. It's a lot of money, that. Yeah. 17 hours. Well, Binance USD. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Shaking my head. 20 hours. 22. And there we go. Oh, no Tether printed in 24 hours. Surprise, surprise. Let's have a quick look at the stablecoin printer and make sure we're correcting that. Look at that. Look at that. They're reporting on USDC now. An absolute joke shop. And they've got to keep anything to keep the scam going. My goodness. Right then, peeps. There we go. Shout out to people in the chat box. Stubbsug says it's too late here because he's over in Hawaii. Got to check out early. Take it easy, Satoshi. You're welcome. Good to. Thanks for popping in. Do appreciate it. Keith Fellows and Bron26811 says douchebags of Bitcoin is a good watch. You're welcome. Share it out. Get other people to enjoy the entertainment. That's what it's all about. Right then, peeps, we're up to date with the figures. Share this and tag this with Tom Brady. You never know, one day one of these celebrities might just watch it. And I shall catch you later. Take it easy. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch. Forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.